Hey traders, Raghee here, and in this update I'm actually going to review some of the things that we've been doing just in the last couple of days. We're going to review a setup that I talked about yesterday in the options and futures room for the closing session, a setup, and then I'm also going to talk about some day trades, 2 day trades in particular that highlight 2 of my favorite morning pitches. I like to see 1 of 4 pitches between 9:30 and 11:30. We had not just 1 but 2 today, and the whole idea is to be patient. Think Moneyball. How do I get on base? And so let's kick it off with the NAS. NAS gave us a very nice V-score low. In this case, the V-score was happening within a double green market, which is unusual to have this much clarity right at the bell. It's not unusual to have a yellow market and then we get clarity, but we had the advantage of a nice double green resting on the wave while testing the V-score, and that's always going to help us put a trade on with a lot of confidence because the directional bias is in our favor. We've got an exhaustive volume level. And that was just onward and upward for a quick move to not just the clearing range high, but even moving towards 13,220. Now, something to mention, because I am looking at an 11:30 cutoff, I'm pretty quick and I'm pretty really disciplined about taking profit when I can, not when I have to, because it's really going to be important for me psychologically and tactically to be in a stage where I've scaled out, able to be at a break-even stop when I get to about 11 to 11:30 in the morning. Again, first 2 hours of the day trading, not day trading all day, just first 2 hours in the morning. And later in this video, I'll tell you why that's so important and what that frees you up to do. And we had a huge trade because of that type of approach, so keep that in mind. The other trade was just really a quick reminder of sometimes the lows that we're going to see pretty much right off the bat in the morning can give us opportunities. And this one was a little tricky, but it was a bit of a garden lady, what I call a garden lady low. In fact, you know what? Let me actually take you guys to the exact snapshot of that setup, which is this one right here. Okay, this is, so by the way, when you're a member of Simpler Futures, and if you're a member of any of the rooms that I'm in, I create these notes and I share them, and it ends up being a great way to sort of have notes on the day, what we did. You can refer back to them, and that's the setup. I took a snapshot right off the bat and said, look, that was basically on the bell, V-score, HPMR, volume, and volatility telling you this is an exhaustive buy. So that's another one of the pitches that we got this morning, one in the NQ, one in crude oil. Now, by having that 11:30 cutoff, let me show you what it frees us up to do. And this is really cool. This is on the daily time frame of the Russell. I've been getting a lot of questions about the Russell and what I think about the chop that we're in. And for the most part, I've been telling folks, leave it alone, don't look at it. And then yesterday during the close, and this was the free video, this was the same kind of update you're watching right now, I walked everyone through, yeah, this is the time to start looking at the Russell. And I said, step 1, KRE. And I walked you guys through all the details of that. Step 2, either in addition to, or if we get a little bit lower in the range, we go with the RTY or the IWM ETF. And you can see if I was day trading all day, just living and breathing the 1 or 2 or 5 minute time frame, and I didn't stop doing that to pick my head up and look at the daily chart of the Russell, I'd miss trades like this. So I cannot emphasize enough that 2-hour approach that I specialize in day trading is really in many ways credited for the fact that I can find something like this later in the afternoon. And that's where, my futures trading sort of meshes with then the second part of my trading life, which is the sector secrets mastery and focusing on the kind of opportunities that I can take advantage of when I have changed hats, when I have changed mindsets, and I'm looking at longer term time frames for setups like this. All right, review that video if you missed it. There's a lot of setups that I do share, things that I'm looking at. Hope it helps. Smash that like button. Thanks as always for your time and I'll see you in the next update.
Without simpler trading, I could not have financial independence.
This is one of the best investments I ever made in my life.
It's helping me find consistency.
It's one of the things that won me